All right, so get this. We're doing a deep dive today on vitamin D.
Ooh, vitamin D.
Yeah, specifically D3 and K2.
Nice.
No, I was doing some research for this, and I found out that vitamin D deficiency, it's not just about your bones, like it can affect a bunch of other things too.
It's true.
Like even your heart and your immune system.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah, it does seem kind of counterintuitive at first
Totally.
because our bodies can actually make vitamin D, from sunlight.
Yeah, right. Like
Oh.
we should just be good.
Yeah, exactly.
If we just like lay out in the sun for a little bit each day.
Yeah, but most of us just aren't getting enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're inside more often now.
Yeah.
And we wear sunscreen,
All the time.
which is good. We should,
Which is a good thing.
but it does prevent us from,
Getting that vitamin D.
yeah, getting that
Yeah.
vitamin D. And even like where you live geographically
But yeah.
can affect how much vitamin D you're actually able to get.
Right. Like if you live in the Pacific Northwest,
Yeah, exactly.
you're probably not getting as much sun as if you lived in like Southern California.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's say you aren't spending a lot of time in the sun.
Right.
Why should someone care if they're deficient in vitamin D?
Well, think of vitamin D like the conductor of your immune system's orchestra.
Okay.
So it's basically helping to regulate your immune responses.
So it's making sure everything is working together smoothly.
Exactly. Yeah, making sure your body can properly, fight off those infections.
Oh, wow. So it's super important.
It is, yeah. And when you're deficient in vitamin D, it's kind of like your immune system is playing out of tune.
It's not as strong.
Yeah, exactly. And you're just more susceptible to getting sick.
Right. So it's not just about like, oh, I might get a cold.
Right.
Like this is actually affecting your body's ability to defend itself
Exactly. It's your body's defense system.
against all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, all sorts of things.
That's a pretty big deal.
It is a big deal.
So then we've got bone health too, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Like how does vitamin D play into that?
So vitamin D is really important for bone health
Okay.
because it helps your body absorb calcium.
Right.
And calcium is, what makes our bones strong.
Right. So we need it.
Yes, we definitely do.
But if you don't have enough vitamin D, you can't really absorb the calcium.
Exactly. You're not absorbing it properly.
So then you're not really...
It's like building a house
Yeah.
on a shaky foundation.
Right. That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got the immune system and we've got bones.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm curious about heart health
Okay.
because you mentioned that.
Yeah.
How is vitamin D connected to heart health?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So calcium, right?
Yeah.
Super important for strong bones.
Yeah.
But it can actually cause problems if it starts building up in the wrong places,
Oh.
like in your arteries.
And that's not good.
No, that's not good at all.
So that's where vitamin K2 comes in.
Exactly. Vitamin K2 to the rescue.
Like the dynamic duo.
Yes. The perfect pair.
I've heard about this, but I need like the full explanation.
Okay, so vitamin D3.
Okay.
That's like the MVP of vitamin D.
Okay, so that's like the type our body can actually use.
Yeah, it's the form our body can use the best.
Gotcha.
And it helps us absorb calcium from our diet.
Right.
And then K2 comes in,
Okay.
and it acts like a traffic cop.
Oh, I like that analogy.
So it's directing that calcium
Okay.
to our bones.
Where it's supposed to be.
Exactly. To where it's needed.
Yeah.
And it prevents it from clogging up our arteries.
Oh, wow. So it's really important.
Yeah, it's really important.
So it's not just about getting enough calcium.
Right.
It's about making sure that calcium is going to the right places.
You got it. Yeah, it's about directing it.
So this D3 and K2 combo
Yeah.
is like super powerful.
It is. It's super powerful.
Because you're getting the benefits for your bones.
Yes.
And you're also protecting your heart.
Exactly. You're supporting both bone health
Wow.
and cardiovascular health.
Okay, so this is big.
It is big.
It's a much bigger deal than I even thought it was.
I know, right?
I knew it was important,
Yeah,
but I didn't realize how many different things it affected.
it's amazing.
And the best part is that this isn't just for people who have like specific problems
Very
or
easy.
conditions.
This is for everyone.
Like anybody can benefit from this.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so whether you're a young athlete
Okay.
or a busy parent
Mm-hmm.
or enjoying your retirement years,
Yeah.
paying attention to your D3 and K2 levels
Mm-hmm.
could be a game changer.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
Tell me more about K2.
All right.
Like, how does it actually work?
Yeah, how does it actually do that?
Yeah, direct the calcium traffic.
Well, there's this really fascinating protein
Okay.
called matrix GLA protein.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
It is, yeah, MGP for short.
MGP, okay, much easier.
Yeah, so think of MGP like a bouncer at a club, keeping calcium from, hanging out where it shouldn't be
Okay.
in your arteries.
All right, I like where this is going.
But MGP needs K2 to do its job,
Oh.
like effectively.
So it's like K2 is the key
Yeah,
that like activates the bouncer
exactly.
to make sure that that calcium can only get into like the bone building party.
Exactly.
That's great.
I love that analogy.
So without enough K2, then this MGP
Yeah,
can't really do its job.
it can't do its job properly.
And then the calcium might start going to the wrong places.
Exactly, it might start building up where it shouldn't be.
And that's when we see the negative effects on our cardiovascular system.
Exactly, and this is where the research gets really interesting. So studies have shown that people who have higher levels of vitamin K2
Okay.
tend to have better arterial flexibility.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and a lower risk of heart disease.
So it's not just about like preventing the calcium buildup. It's
Right.
actually like actively helping to keep your arteries healthy.
Exactly, keeping them
Okay.
healthy and elastic. Okay, wow. And here's another interesting thing about K2.
Oh, okay.
It's not just one thing.
What?
Yeah, there are different types of K2,
Oh, okay.
with MK4 and MK7 being the most important for us.
Okay, now you're going to have to break this down for me.
Okay, yeah.
What are these different types?
All right, so MK4 is mainly found in animal products,
Okay.
and that's actually the type that our bodies can produce.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but only in small amounts.
Okay.
MK7, on the other hand,
Okay.
you can find that in fermented foods,
Okay.
like natto.
Natto.
Yeah, it's a traditional Japanese dish
I've heard of it.
made from fermented soybeans.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty intense.
Yeah, you could say that.
Like a strong flavor.
It definitely got a strong flavor,
Okay.
but it's a powerhouse of MK7.
So it's good for you.
It is, yeah. And research suggests that MK7 might actually be the more beneficial form
Interesting.
when it comes to cardiovascular health
Okay.
because it stays in our bloodstream longer.
So if someone wants to boost their K2,
Yeah.
are you saying they need to eat natto every day?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Well, natto is a great source.
Yeah.
You know, there are other ways to get MK7.
All right. So what, like,
Yeah, including supplements.
okay, so you can take supplements for this.
Yeah, and this is where it's really important to do your research
Okay.
and choose a high-quality supplement
Right.
that provides the right dosage
Okay.
and form of K2.
So not all supplements are created equal?
Exactly. That's a really important point.
Gotcha.
Dosage is important too.
Right. We don't want people to think that more is always better.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't want to just like start taking a ton of it
Right.
without, knowing what you're doing.
It's important to talk to like a doctor or something.
Exactly. It's
Mm.
really important to work with your healthcare provider
Yeah.
to figure out the right dosage for you,
Right.
especially if you're taking any medications.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've been talking a lot about the science,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm curious about like the real world impact.
Okay.
Have you seen like firsthand how addressing vitamin D and K2 deficiencies can actually help people?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've had patients who struggled with, fatigue,
Okay.
bone pain,
Wow.
even recurring infections.
And then they started taking vitamin D and K2.
Exactly. And after optimizing their levels,
Okay.
they experienced some amazing improvements.
Like what kind of improvements?
Well, their energy levels got better.
Oh, wow.
Their mood improved.
That's great.
Yeah, and just overall well-being was much better.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible to see,
Yeah.
how powerful these nutrients can be.
Yeah. It's like a reminder that sometimes
Yeah.
like, the simple solutions are what we're missing.
Absolutely.
We're always looking for these complicated things,
Right.
but it might just be like a basic thing.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So what's the takeaway for our listener?
All right, so first of all, don't panic.
Okay.
Vitamin D deficiency is really common,
Right.
and there are things you can do about it.
Okay, good.
So start by getting your vitamin D levels checked.
Okay.
You can do a simple blood test.
Easy.
Yeah, it'll tell you exactly where you stand.
And then you can go from there.
Yeah, and then from there you can work with your healthcare provider
Yeah.
to figure out, the best course of action.
Okay.
Whether that's increasing your sun exposure safely
Okay.
or,
Yeah.
incorporating more vitamin D-rich foods into your diet
Right.
or even considering a supplement.
Okay, great.
And don't forget about K2.
Right.
Make sure you're getting enough of that crucial nutrient
Okay.
through your diet or supplementation.
So it's like a two-pronged approach.
Yeah, it's about looking at the whole picture.
This has been super fascinating.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I feel like I've learned so much.
Yeah.
But there's one question that keeps popping into my head.
Okay.
We've talked about how common vitamin D deficiency is,
Yeah,
but why are so many people deficient in the first place?
that's a great question.
Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
And it's something that researchers are still trying to understand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there's several factors that likely contribute to it. Well, our modern lifestyles,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
they play a big role.
Like how so?
We spend so much time indoors.
Yeah.
We wear sunscreen,
Yeah, we have to.
to protect our skin
Yeah.
from those harmful
Uh-huh.
rays. And our diets may not be providing enough of these important nutrients.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's kind of a paradox.
How so?
Well, we're so aware of the risks of like too much sun,
Right.
but then we're not getting enough.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's modern lifestyle stuff.
right.
What else is going on?
Well, there's soil depletion too.
Yeah, soil depletion. What's that?
So basically, modern farming, yeah, it has led to lower nutrient levels in the soil,
Oh, wow.
which means that the food we're eating
Yeah.
might not be as nutrient dense as it used to be.
So it's like a double whammy.
It is.
We're not getting enough sun. And then the food that we are eating
Spring-
isn't as good as it could be.
Right, so it's a multifaceted problem.
Okay, so what can we do?
Well, we need to be proactive
Okay.
about our health.
What do you mean by that?
We can't just assume that we're getting everything we need from our food.
Okay.
Sometimes we need to supplement
Oh, okay.
to fill in those gaps.
So like taking a vitamin D supplement?
Exactly, or a K2 supplement.
Okay, so that's a good takeaway.
It is.
We need to be informed
Yes,
and make good choices about our health.
absolutely.
Can't just assume everything's fine.
No, you need to get your levels checked
Okay.
and take action if you need to.
Right. Knowledge is power.
Exactly,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to your health.
All right. So we've talked about a lot today.
We have
We covered, the science behind vitamin D and K2,
Hmm.
the benefits,
Yeah.
why people are deficient,
right.
and what we can do about it.
It's been a great conversation.
It has. Is there anything else our listeners should know?
Well, it's important to remember that everyone is different.
Right.
What works for one person might not work for another.
So you really got to find what works best for you.
Exactly. And that's where, working with a healthcare professional can be really helpful.
Okay.
They can help you navigate the world of supplements,
Okay.
figure out the right dosage for you,
Mm-hmm.
and just monitor your progress.
It's a team effort.
It is.
It is.
And this is a journey,
It is.
not a destination.
It is so true. Yeah. It's about those small changes that you
Mhm.
can make over time.
This has been a really enlightening deep dive.
It has.
I'm so glad we got to talk about
Me
this.
too.
I feel like I have a whole new perspective
Good.
on D3 and K2.
And remember, this is just the beginning.
Right.
There's always more to learn.
Always more to explore.
So keep asking questions, stay curious, and most importantly, take action to prioritize your health.
Well said. Thanks for joining us today.
It was my pleasure.
We hope this was informative and helpful for you.
I hope so too. Until next time, stay healthy and keep diving deep.